Okay, secularism. We said what is secularism. Okay, why secularism is important? Let us see. Okay, secularism. These are the religions what we have in our country. Hinduism is there, Jainism is there, Buddhism is there, Sikhism is there, Islamism is there, Christianity is there. They constitute India, INDIA, and Indian, right? So we are all of this. We all together we make an Indian. We respect every religion the same. That's our country and that's our constitution. So secularism refers to the separation of state from religion. Indian constitution allowed freedom of, to live by their beliefs and practices. Right? Now, why secularism is important? That's the question. First, let us say, last class we said, a strong guy taking advantage of a weak one. Let us put it in a different way. Imagine the 8th standard students are playing football, and then one 7th standard guy, student is coming, asking they can join. Even if he joins, then, if the opponent team is dominating this guy because he's small, no, that shouldn't happen in a democracy as well. A strong religion should not take advantage or dominate the weaker ones or the less or minority. Majority, a religion which is majority should not dominate the minority. To prevent against it, we need to have a secular system. So it prohibits the domination of one religion over the other, irrespective of how strong, how weak it is. That's first point. Second, if one wants to leave its own religion and join in another one, he should be free. Nobody should be stopping him. You are born Christian, so you have to be Christian. You are born Muslim, so you have to be Muslim. No rule like that in our country. If you are born Christian and you want to join Muslim or you want to join Hindu, it's up to you because it is your belief, it is your personal right. Remember when we said fundamental rights, freedom of religion, that is your personal freedom. Okay. So secularism protects the freedom of individual to exit from one religion and embrace another one, or to have freedom to interpret religious teachings differently. When you read Quran, Gita or Bible, it is not, may not be, you may not feel it like some others tell you that this is what it is written. You may understand it different. You're free to. That is your secularism, that secularism offers you. You have that freedom to interpret it how you understand it. So, secularism is important for two reasons. One, it prohibits domination of one religion over another. Second, protect the freedom of individual to exit from one religion, embrace another one, or interpret religious teachings in a different way. Clear? It's simple. It's not big. Small, simple things. Just remember it and goes write down the notes. Next, Indian secularism. Okay, secularism in India is a little bit different from the secularism in many other countries. First, let us see what is the objective, what is the aim of Indian secularism. We have said it, but it is little bit put in a bit different way. We just said before why secularism is important. The first point is the same. One religious country does not dominate the other. Indian objective of Indian secularism. It's the same as what we said in why secularism is important. Second, some members of the community does not dominate the other members of the same community. Okay, this is a different aspect. Before, if you are seeing about a small guy playing in my team is being dominated by the others because he is weak. Now this is what, if a small guy is playing with me in my team and my team members are dominating him because he is small, which means a member of a society or a community is dominated by other strong members of the same community. So objective is to make sure that to protect this, the weaker ones. So the second objective is some members of the community does not dominate other members of community. Say, easy example to remember is caste system. The high caste doesn't dominate the weaker, the lower caste. To protect against it was the objective of our secularism, Indian secularism. The state does not enforce any particular religion or take away the religious freedom from individual. This was the third objective of Indian secularism. That state doesn't say, okay, all have to be Muslim, all have to be Hindu, all have to be Christian. That should not happen. Or it should not take away the religious freedom, as we said before, to exit from one religion or embrace another one or interpret things different. This was the objective of Indian secularism. So 3 points. Community, one community doesn't dominate another. Second, one section of a community does not dominate the weaker section of the same community. Third, the state does not enforce any religion or take away the religious freedom from the individual. Clear these 3 points? Okay. There is one more topic we have to cover, but that will be in the next slide. We will see that.